Hello and welcome to Crypto TV. This is your news host Aditi Shekhar bringing headlines. Grayscale launches legal challenge to Bitcoin spot ETF rejection by SEC. FTX eyeing acquisition of troubled crypto lender BlockFi. Pentagon raises damning concerns over Bitcoin Ethereum security. Celsius risk profile close to double that of a US bank. Cryptocurrencies sink amid mounting turmoil, default woes. Genesis faces hundreds of millions in losses due to 3AC exposure. North Korean hacking group responsible for $100 million Horizon bridge hack. EU officials agree on AMLA for crypto firm regulation. NFT marketplace Serenade raises $6 million from Hugh Jackman, Warner Music. Grayscale Investments application to convert its $13.5 billion Grayscale Bitcoin Trust GBTC into a spot-based Bitcoin ETF was denied by the SEC on Wednesday despite the company's extensive efforts to win approval. The SEC stated in its filing that the application failed to answer the SEC's questions about preventing market manipulation as well as other concerns. The decision joins the SEC's rejection on Wednesday of Bitwise's application for approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. Like Bitwise, Grayscale initially filed its application last October, but the decision was delayed multiple times as the SEC requested additional information and comment from the public. The final deadline for the SEC to render a decision on Grayscale's application was July 6th. Grayscale has announced a legal challenge to the latest rejection of its application to convert the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust GBTC into a spot-based Bitcoin exchange-traded fund ETF by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Crypto exchange operator FTX is seeking to acquire BlockFi outright, according to reports. The development comes amid reports that FTX was in talks to buy a stake in the crypto lender, which struck a $250 million credit agreement with FTX earlier this month. According to reports, the credit deal gave FTX an option on 50% of BlockFi equity. The remainder would be purchased for $25 million. If the FTX deal goes through, BlockFi's staff count will be significantly reduced by as much as 80%. Details from an investor call leaked earlier this week had suggested that FTX possessed the right, via its credit deal, to convert loans into BlockFi's equity without restriction. Pentagon's research body, DARPA, commissioned a report to analyze the extent to which blockchains are truly decentralized. While focusing primarily on Bitcoin and Ethereum, Trail of Bits, the security company commissioned by DARPA, found evidence of major security flaws in the blockchain system. The report stated that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not truly centralized. It further revealed that only a set of 4 entities in the case of Bitcoin and 2 entities in the case of Ethereum are enough to change past transactions. The report also questioned the efficiency of the mining process. It also found Bitcoin to be vulnerable to a 51% attack and a Sybil attack. The report also called into question the blockchains like Ethereum that support Turing-complete on-chain execution. It believes that such blockchains cannot stop smart contracts from being upgraded. This leaves such blockchains to face the same trust issues that are faced within a centralized system of finance. During market downturn, such a report highlighting major security concerns in Bitcoin and Ethereum could make matters worse for the industry. Beleaguered crypto lender Celsius had an assets-to-equity ratio close to double that of a typical US bank at the time of its last fundraising, the Wall Street Journal reported, citing documents sent to investors. The platform, which offered retail investors the opportunity to earn yields of up to 18.6% on deposited crypto assets, last raised funds in October of last year when it tapped a $400 million round led by growth equity firm Westcap. Earlier this month, Celsius paused withdrawals and transfers due to market conditions. The firm's lawyers are now pushing management to file for a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Celsius apparently took on far more risk than that a traditional bank. Along with issuing large loans backed by little collateral, it had $19 billion of assets and roughly $1 billion of equity as of last summer. This is far more than the median assets to equity ratio for all the North American banks, which is close to 9:1. Cryptocurrencies continue to sink lower amid growing turmoil in the market and fears of widening defaults of decentralized finance players. Bitcoin, however, steadfastly held to $20,000 level. Cryptocurrency moves can be said to be in tandem with the US stocks as some of the key indices ended in the red in overnight trading. During regular trading, the Dow advanced 0.27% for the first positive day in 3. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite both posted a third straight negative day, declining 0.07% and 0.03% respectively. Some Wall Street watchers are worried that too aggressive action will tip the economy into a recession and speculate that the US stocks haven't bottomed out yet. Futures contracts tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average added 0.1%. S&P 500 futures gained 0.07%, while Nasdaq 100 futures were flat. Liquidation of Three Arrows Capital, possibility of default by Bitcoin miners who have taken a combined debt of nearly $4 billion also weighed on sentiments. Bitcoin was recently seen trading at around $20,000, down over 1.5% in the past 24 hours. Ether, the second biggest cryptocurrency, was trading around $1,100, down over 5% in a similar time span. All other major altcoins too traded lower. Genesis Trading, a cryptocurrency market maker and lending firm, is facing potential losses in the hundreds of millions. The losses at Genesis relate in part to exposing the over-leveraged hedge fund Three Arrows Capital and Hong Kong-based crypto lender Babel Finance and are on the order of a few $100 million. The losses come as the collapse of Three Arrows Capital sends shockwaves across the crypto lending industry, with numerous firms facing substantial losses from their exposure to the fund. The company is seeking at least partial repayment from its counterparties, and some of the losses may have been offset by hedging. Amid such uncertainty, Genesis has been pulling credit lines from counterparties left and right. The European Council has reached an agreement to form an anti-money laundering body that will have the authority to supervise certain crypto asset service providers, CASPs. On June 29th, the Council announced that it had agreed on a partial position on a proposal to launch a dedicated anti-money laundering authority, AMLA. According to the regulatory body, the AML body will have the authority to supervise high-risk and cross-border financial entities, including crypto firms, if they are considered risky. According to a member of the European Parliament, the transfer of funds regulation of the governing body had also been the subject of a provisional political agreement amongst EU authorities. That's all for today's news. This is Aditi Shekhar signing off. Keep watching Crypto TV.